What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training. Today we're going to be talking about how to run a comeback and go route versus press. We're going to be talking about the main specific things that you guys can do as a wide receiver to create separation on a double move and how you guys can just obviously win overall on most of the routes that you run. So I hope this video helps you guys out, gives you guys some value, and teaches you a few new things about route running, okay? So now also, fellas, if you guys are a wide receiver and you need want to know the specific exercises that you got to do during the season in the gym to keep that peak performance on game day, check out that very first link in the description for our in-season 28-day wide receiver gym plan. What you'll get access to is a full 4-week-long, day-to-day, step-by-step schedule with all the exercise wide receivers need to do to keep their speed, keep their explosiveness, keep power, and keep strength during the season. So check out that very first link below if you guys want to be able to maintain the gains that you have made in the offseason with our in-season 28-day wide receiver gym plan. Let's get started with this video, okay? So now we're going to be taking a look at this route from Tyler Lockett here back when he was in college. Now, the main thing about this double move, there's a couple key things that a DB is going to be keying on and he's going to be looking for, okay? And he ends up catching this ball, but this clip that I was sent it gets cut out right before the ball's thrown, so I apologize for that. But mainly we're going to be focusing on the break point, right? So anytime that a DB's running with me, anytime that a DB's in man coverage, what's he trying to ID? He's trying to ID my hips and he's trying to ID my speed, my pad level, and all those things. He's looking for indicators, right? So anytime that I'm working a double move route into the first portion of this move, I obviously don't want to give any indicators because when you're able to drop suddenly, you're able to get in and out of a route fast. That doesn't allow this DB time to be able to react on this thing and drive on the ball. So that's exactly what Lockett does. So you see when he's running this comeback portion of the route, it's a sudden drop. He's got a sudden drop of his hips. He's actually dropping his pad level, and he has that level change, right? Because if I can self-fade and I can get a DB2B stride for stride with me and actually running vertical and actually believing that I'm going to be running a fade, when I have that sudden drop of my hips and I have that sudden level change like this, all that does is forces a reaction out of him because he obviously is not going to run by. He's obviously not going to stay tall and have this long drift out of there. He's going to try to drop his hips, and he's going to try to make a break on this route just like how I'm making it. Now, when it's a double move, fellas, again, where's this DB supposed to be looking? He's supposed to be looking at my hips and my shoulders, looking at not necessarily shoulders, but more so the hips and like that number, I guess you can say, right? So as soon as we see that receiver, or as soon as a DB sees that receiver go down that like energy lane, if you will, or the lane of that break, that 45-degree angle, that's going to make him over anxious to drive on this thing. So as a wide receiver, when you're running a double move, whether it's like a comeback and go, a curl and go, maybe you're running an out and up, that first move of the portion, that first portion of the move, you have to commit your entire upper half. You actually have to commit your pad level to it. You got a lot of guys will do this and they'll just chatter their feet, but their hips will stay square and their hips will stay pointed downfield. That doesn't make a DB believe anything. That's a stutter go. That's not a comeback and go. And then the guys on post corners, what they'll do is they'll break to the post and they'll be drifting upfield, right? They won't fully commit their hips, fully commit their shoulders all the way on this break, and they won't get any separation. So you got to make sure that you guys are actually selling down this break point because that's what gets that DB to jump, and you got to make sure that we have speed and we are in stride down the break point. Another thing that DBs will look for is a change in tempo, right? So like if I'm running a comeback right here, comeback and go, in this comeback portion, I kind of am taking choppy steps. I'm slowing myself down. I slow my speed down. I'm not committed to it. A DB's not believing that. No DB in the world is going to be thinking that you're getting the ball, especially if you don't look back with your eyes, which Lockett does not do, but this is able to work because he commits his upper half and he's actually able to keep his speed. Those are the two most important things on any double move to be able to get a DB to drive, especially if they're in off coverage, they're in front of you, and you got to run like, let's say, an out and up in front of a zone corner, maybe your splits cut down. When you break to that out portion, you best believe you got to have speed, and you best believe your hips and your shoulders got to be committed because everything about that first move has to sell like that. That has to look like the original move, right? You set this up off of a comeback. So let's watch the thing again, full speed one more time. Great job by Lockett coming off the line. This is one of those routes where you probably have to take an outside release just to be able to set this thing up, but spacing is not super important on the comeback because obviously you're bursting back up vertical. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to leave those in the comments below. I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I always appreciate the feedback. Always great hearing from you guys. It helps me come with new ideas for the channel, so I definitely appreciate it. And again, fellas, if you want a full 4-week-long in-season 28-day wide receiver gym training plan, all the exercise wide receivers need to do during the season in the gym to maintain their speed, strength, explosiveness, and all the above, check out that very first link in that description below. I'll see you guys next time.